Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. And today I'm going to be breaking down the Cleveland Browns NFL 2021 to 2022 schedule, seeing what kind of wins and losses they can get, what I think their total is going to be at the end of the season, their record, and how far they can go in the playoffs. So you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, then notification bell to be notified when I post next. Let's get into it. As you guys do know, I'm a huge Cleveland Browns fan. Eventually I am going to do an entire playoff prediction of the entirety of the 2021 to 2022 season, but today just the Browns. So let's get into week one. In week one, it is the Cleveland Browns versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have a brand new O-line, while the Browns have a brand new defense. As a lot of people say, defense actually comes first when it does come to like developing chemistry and developing skill and with a new scheme. There's 9 new starters on this defensive line, so I'm actually going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs winning week 1. I think this could be a very close game. Yet again, the Browns season opener, they lose yet again for like the 18th year in a row. I just think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be favored in every single game, and I think this is one of those games that's going to be like, let's say 35-30. I think it's going to be a really close, high-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns do win, but I got to give it to the Chiefs. I just believe in Andy Reid coming off of like what 30 weeks of a bye week basically. I think KC can win that game. Week 2, Browns versus Texans. I'm not gonna talk about it. The Texans are still in a hell of a mess with Deshaun Watson. That defense is still not as good as it used to be, with JJ Watt now leaving. Makes it even worse. The offense is still bad. It's not gonna be good without Deshaun Watson. They'll have Tyrod Taylor or Davis Mills starting. Most likely Tyrod Taylor. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put up some kind of points. But I think the Browns are just too skilled at this point. Week 3, it is Browns versus the Bears. I'm gonna give it to the Browns, solely because I don't know who's starting at quarterback right now. I don't know if it's gonna be Justin Fields. I don't know if it's gonna be Andy Dalton. If it's Andy Dalton, I'm definitely giving it to the Browns, just because I don't think Andy Dalton is gonna be better than the Browns defense. But I will say, if it is Justin Fields starting this week, I might think about it. I might think giving it to the Bears, but as of right now, I gotta give it to the Browns. I think their defense is gonna be at this point good. Like it's gonna be meshed really well. I think the offense is gonna be clicking just like it was last season. I think Odell's probably go for like what 130. I'd say over 130. I think it'd be a little. I think it'd be over. Week 4, Browns versus Vikings. Yet again, this is another team that if they're clicking, the Vikings can easily beat the Browns, easily. If their defense comes back healthy and ready and like they immediately are back to form, I think the Vikings can easily win. I believe this is a Sunday primetime game. I gotta give it to the Browns. I think Baker's gonna be able to throw against this secondary. They do have Pat Pete. They obviously have Cameron Dancer from last season. Again, a lot of defensive pieces back, but Danielle Hunter is still injured. He had that neck injury last year that hindered, I believe, him the entire season. So I would like to see how he comes off of that neck injury. The Browns, again, week 3, I think is where this defense is going to start clicking. And the offense, hopefully, immediately week 1 is really good. So I'm going to give it to the Browns over the Vikings. Again, if Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook come to play and that defense is as good as we think it's going to be, I might give it to the Vikings. I might. Week 5, Browns versus Chargers. Now, this is going to be the first time I think the Browns could lose since week 1. It's like, as the teams sit, as I know everyone's healthy, if everyone's healthy and everyone's playing, I think the Chargers could pull a win. They got Asante Samuel in round 2. Again, I love Asante Samuel. That secondary is already getting better. They get Derwin James back. I think their pass rush is not as good with Melvin Ingram not coming back as of yet. He hasn't signed anywhere. I'm going to give it to the Browns solely because I don't know how Justin Herbert is going to be in this season. Is it going to be a sophomore slump? Is he going to be as good as he was last year? I think this defense is going to be able to hold Justin Fields though. A lot of versatility, a lot of speed, and just good play from that secondary and that linebacker core, hopefully. And I think the Chargers offensive line, while it has improved, is still not as good as it needs to be. Corey Linsley, Rashawn Slater, really good. But besides that, I mean, Forrest Lamp is one of their guards. It's been a little bit of a bust so far. I don't really think the right side of their offensive line is set, and I think that's where Myles Garrett, Jay Clowney, Malik Jackson, Tack McKinley, I think that's just where they're gonna be able to feast on the right side of that line. Week 6, Cardinals versus the Browns. This is gonna be the first time the Cleveland Browns defense has gone up against a running quarterback. a dual threat guy who can genuinely stretch the field with his legs and provides versatility on the offense. I'm scared because I feel like the Browns should win this game, but Kyler Murray, we don't know how good this offense, this defensive scheme is going to be against running quarterbacks this year. I want to give it to the Browns. I might give it to the Cardinals as of right now. What's their next week? What's next week? Broncos. See, I think this is where the Cardinals could sneak a win. They've won 3 in a row. I think the Cardinals could be like, hey, our defense is much improved with J.J. Watt. Pat Pete left. Their secondary is a little rough right now. All I know is Buda Baker. In fact, let me look up the Cardinals depth chart. I like to see what their secondary is like post Pat Pete. I don't know. I just gotta see it real quick. Malcolm Butler, Byron Murphy he's been pretty decent. Tay Gowan. So honestly, really only Buda Baker scares me in that secondary, but that defensive front, I think we should. Did I just talk myself into the Browns? I think I just talked myself into the Browns. I think this offensive line will be able to hold back that defensive line. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't see J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones breaking through. I guess they don't really have any good D tackle as of right now. I mean, Devon Kennard is a pretty decent pass rusher. I'm gonna go Browns. I talked myself out of the Cardinals solely because I believe in this offensive line's ability to stop J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones, and I don't think that secondary is good enough to hold up against OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins. The interior of that defensive line is still a little rough, I know. So I think Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt can feast. So I'm actually gonna go to the Browns on that one. Kyler Murray finally loses to Baker Mayfield in the pros. Broncos Browns. I'm saying, if Aaron Rodgers is on this team, it's a Broncos win. I will say, if Aaron Rodgers is on this team at week 7, if Aaron Rodgers is on the Broncos at week 7, they win, right? But if Aaron Rodgers is not on their team by week 7 and it is Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock, I'm giving it to the Browns. I have the rights to come back and put it back to the Broncos if Aaron Rodgers does get traded to the Broncos. If he doesn't, it's a Browns win. If he does, I'm giving it to the Broncos. Week 8, Browns Steelers. I believe this is Steelers at Browns. Only reason I'm giving it to the Browns is that they're coming off of a bye. I think that's what that is. I think that means they're coming off of a bye, right? Yeah, they're coming off of a bye. So the Steelers after a bye at Browns. I want to see what Big Ben is like. I don't believe in him this season. I'm giving it to the Browns. I think they're going to split. I think the Steelers are going to win at home, but I think they split the series with the Steelers. I think they each win the home game, but I just don't believe in Big Ben. I don't believe in that defense anymore. They let go of all their secondary, basically. I don't believe in that offensive line at all. I think Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney will be able to feast if they're both healthy. Moving on, Browns at Bengals. It's Browns. I don't think the Bengals are there yet. I think they're still 2 years away from being real competitors in the division. Browns at Patriots. This could be interesting. Are they starting Mac Jones at this point? Is it still Cam Newton? If it's Cam Newton, I'd probably. I don't want to give it to them. You know what I mean? I don't think the Patriots are gonna win this game. But I think if it's Cam Newton, they have a chance. If it's Mac Jones, it's Browns. If it is Mac Jones, if it's Cam Newton. As of right now, if it's Cam Newton, I think they tie the game. As of right now, if it's Cam Newton. That defense is still scary. They reloaded. That offense is still pretty decent with those tight ends now. Wide receiver improved. I'm gonna give it to the Browns as of right now. But if Cam Newton is healthy and good, I feel like the Patriots could steal a win right there. But if it's Mac Jones, no way. This is no way. So, Lions at Browns. I don't believe in the Lions yet. I still think they're a year or two away from being competitors in the NFC North. Jared Goff, I want to see how he does in a new system. They don't really have any weapons for him. And he's never gone really a season without really good weapons. So I want to see what he does with a depleted receiving core. All he really has is TJ Hawkinson. The O-line is really good though. But I think the secondary will be able to hold off against Jared Goff. Week 12, Browns versus Ravens. I'm giving it to the Ravens. I can't do that. I cannot give it to the Browns. Browns at Ravens. I think that's the series that they split. Browns are on the bye. I think they split their series. There's no way either team sweeps the other. I think both of them are just too good. So I'm gonna stick with the Browns. Browns and Ravens, they split. They each win their home game, which I think is really good. I just don't believe in the Browns' ability to sweep them, and I don't believe in the Ravens' ability to sweep the Browns. Raiders at Browns. Listen, last year when the Raiders beat the Browns, it was a shock. It's not happening this year. It's not. It's not gonna happen. This team is way more skilled. Is way better. If the Raiders beat the Browns this year, I might go and buy a Derek Carr jersey. I might have to buy a Derek Carr jersey. I'm just saying it. I might. Browns at Packers on Christmas. Again, if Aaron Rodgers is with the Packers, they win. So I'm going to, like I said with the Broncos earlier, the Broncos, I had as a Browns win, but if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Broncos, it's a Broncos win. I'm saying the Packers win on Christmas, but if the Packers do not have Aaron Rodgers, I will change it to the Browns. But as of right now, it is with the Packers winning on Christmas. I'm just trying to like explain that like no matter what, I have them at 12-3 so far. It is when did they win that 12th game? Is it week 3? Week 7? It was week 7 or week 16? Which one is the win? Which one is the loss? They're gonna lose one of those games. No matter what team Aaron Rodgers is on, I think he's gonna beat the Browns this year. Browns at Steelers. I think they sweep the Steelers. I'm sorry, I changed my mind since I last said they split. I think they sweep the Steelers. I don't think they're good enough to beat the Browns at all this year. I think they might go 3-3, 2-4 in the division. I don't believe in the Steelers' ability to beat the Ravens twice, the Browns once, and I think they can beat the Bengals twice. But I think the Browns are going to sweep them. I think the Ravens will sweep them. I think they'll only sweep the Bengals. They'll go 2-4 in the division. Week 18, the last week of the season, Bengals at Browns. At this point, I don't know if the Browns would have like locked in a playoff seed, but if all these starters play, if every single starter plays this game, the Browns win. If there are people sitting out, I think the Bengals win. So at worst, I think the Browns go 13-4. At the best, they go 14-3. So like, a couple things I want to bring up again. They either lose to the Broncos if they have Aaron Rodgers, or they lose to the Packers if they have Aaron Rodgers. So no matter what, they'll have a win-loss against the Broncos and Packers. I think they sweep the Bengals, they sweep the Steelers, split with the Ravens. I think the Ravens do the exact same, both go 5-1 in the division. I think if they sit their starters in week 18 because they already locked up a good playoff spot, I think they sit them. But if they do not lock up a playoff spot and they're still competing for like maybe even the 1 seed or the 2, 3, 4, you know, like whatever it is they're competing for, I think they start if they start their starters, they win. If they sit them, they lose to the Bengals week 18. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Leave in the comments down below another team you want me to cover, or if you want me to cover the entirety of the NFL in a long-term video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.